how much do you think people should have strong opinions about things versus putting something into the world, iterating, and sort of finding out whatever works and going with that?
I think you want a combination of those two things. You want to have a strong opinion and then be flexible about the details. So the thing I don't think works that often are the startups on their 11th pivot that are totally unrelated. But I put a big difference between refinement and pivoting. So when you start with a strong belief, we should have a social graph and an online directory. Facebook has stayed pretty similar to that, although the product itself has changed a lot along the way. And I think that's really good. That is a strong idea with flexibility in the implementation. And I think that's much better than we're just going to keep trying random ideas because we want to have a startup. I think strong opinions about the future are really important. And I think one of the things that I have noticed among the most interesting, the most successful people that I spend time with is that they have strong opinions, strongly held about the future. They are willing to be convinced with new data that they are wrong, but the bar for that is fairly high. And this idea that the future is fundamentally unknowable, I've never liked. Actually, I remember pretty clearly this time where I was sort of like spouting advice someone else had given me in high school or college about how you need to diversify in investing because the world is unknown and unknowable. And so all you can do is have the most balanced possible portfolio. And I remember that I was saying that out loud. Someone else had said it to me, probably grandma. And I realized that I really didn't agree with that at all because I had strong opinions. And then I knew that there were some companies whose stock I'd rather own than others. And I knew that I would rather own stock than own bonds because I thought technology was going to be worth a lot more. I have different ideas today about the next 10 or 20 years, but I think it's good. It's not only okay, it's good to have strong ideas about the future. And it is okay to not be super diversified in your investment portfolio or your career or your life.
Yeah. How do you advise people to select sort of who they're working on things with?
This is really hard. Finding your tribe, finding the sort of people that you end up working with on and off for the rest of your career is really hard. I think I'll tell you some things I've learned, and I will admit that I don't have a perfect answer to this yet. But I think one thing is you should be willing to move. For whatever you're doing, there tend to be pockets of it around the world where there are similar people that are doing great work in whatever field you care about. And it's really worth trying to go be near them. And so, we get criticized sometimes at YC for having people move to the Bay Area, but bringing people together that are interested in this similar thing of startups, I think has been really valuable for a lot of people. I think another thing that I have learned is that whenever I've helped people for no immediate benefit and with no intention of ever getting a benefit at all, time and again in my career, it has really later benefited me a lot. So I think you at some point often get to a point in your career where you're limited by how many good people you know and how many of those you can work with or get to do things that together. And so just helping a lot of people and spending a lot of time with a lot of people has benefited me, years after I've really helped someone for no reason. I get to invest in their startup and it goes on to be a huge success. Or we're able to work on OpenAI together, any number of things. I think just trying to help a lot of people and out of that seeing who is really impressive and who gets things done is helpful.